good.
Yeah.
No, I'm all good. Just getting the camera situation.
No problems. So are you down in Ithaca right now, or are you at home?
Yeah. No, I'm at the last semester here.
Nice. Looking forward to finishing up and everything.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. It's just been busy with this league stuff just taking off for us and everything else. Just trying to get as much content and get people talking about baseball in the middle of winter is always fun up in Canada. So it's always fun, though. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you to make sure everything's okay. And we haven't chatted since, well, I guess like the last time we chatted was probably September, just over Instagram or anything, just as far as congratulating when you won the Rookie of the Year award. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you and see how things were going. And
yeah. Oh, I appreciate that.
No worries.
Yeah, so just our season opens up this weekend in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I know it's not.
It's not picturesque. It's not Florida. It's not anything else, but it's Pittsburgh.
No, yeah, it's cold climate there, but yeah. So we open up there with a 2-game set, and then the following weekend we go to Long Island, and then we're going to South Carolina for like our spring break trip.
Nice. So it's a little warmer climate, but still, it's not it's probably still like 15 to 16 degrees. It's not like the high 20s or anything like that where you can walk around in shorts and feel comfortable. Not give yourself away as being Canadian because you're wearing shorts when it's only 13 degrees Celsius out there.
That's right. I can't do that. I'll give myself that.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about last year. Of course, you were on nobody's radar as far as when you got there. You had to try out for the Brantford Red Sox. Nobody knew who you were, and then you go out there and you take the league by storm. You hit 406 last year, and how was that? How was that mentality as you got? People you probably heard the whispers halfway through. This guy's probably, got a legit shot at it and everything else, and then.
Yeah, I mean Well, that's kind of the first half of the season. I was kind of just playing free and easy, and kind of nothing to lose essentially. And then when you kind of start to realize that, you're kind of doing something a little bit special here, your brain starts racing a little bit. And
it's like, okay, can't mess up. Got to get 2 hits. Got to keep the wheels moving.
I go 2 for 5, and my batting average goes down. So
oh, trust me. Every time I looked at the stats, going, you got 2 hits. Why did it go down? And I'm going.
And by the end of the season, it was kind of a mental roller coaster because I hit a little bit of a roadblock at the end. I slowed down a little bit at the end there. Had to go back to school. Couldn't really finish out the last couple of games if I wanted to. But it was something that I hadn't experienced. I mean, I never kind of led a league with in terms of like kind of that stat line.
Yeah.
But I've gone to a good rhythm at the end of my college season and carried that into the summer ball.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like you were as far as the numbers and everything else goes. I was looking at your stats from last year, and it seems like you seem to be a very streaky hitter. When you get on a hot streak, you find ways to continue to roll through that.
Yeah, and that's kind of always been my thing. Is I start slow. I mean, I got the benefit of having a college season and rolling right into the next league, so I didn't have to start off slow. But I've started off slow. Typically more so in college, as just my bat sample sizes are smaller. And I do a lot of reflecting after games to try and fine-tune what needs to be corrected, because it takes me just more reps before I can get to that place where I want to be. And kind of going down that same rabbit hole right now, kind of trying to tweak some things with my swing. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but trying to not go off to a slow start.
So are you watching a lot of video of yourself, or do you just kind of watch, or you got coaches and everybody else giving you feedback as far as where the swing is and where you're hitting?
Mostly teammates just feedback.
Okay.
I'm close with a couple guys on my team, and we do a lot of individual work. We're doing a lot of angled machine work, just trying to keep the front side in and shoot line drives the other way, but also with a little bit of a goal to hit for a little bit more power this year.
Yeah.
And I was chatting with Chad yesterday, and I think I'm going to start out with the Red Sox in May, and then I might transition into the Empire League June and July, and then come back and finish the season in August and September.
So I'm just put this down in your notebook right now. Make sure you get enough at bats to qualify, because the league rules are still kind of weird about that. So make sure get the at bats to qualify. So if you do come back, they just have to move you off back on the roster, and away you go. So just make sure you get all the bats. We've had some guys running those issues last couple of years. Not going to name names or anything like that, but it got ugly. So.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been talking with Chad about.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and sign that contract. He sent the contract over, so try and sign that in the coming days.
Excellent. Well, I wasn't sure what the status was as far as that. I know they probably they haven't. I don't think they've announced a manager yet either, too. So it's just like
no, yeah. There's kind of a couple things up in the air there, but I mean, I couldn't be happier with kind of how I was treated last year in terms of just getting an opportunity right away, and then kind of believing me from the get go. I mean, that kind of says a lot. I mean, coming in before that season, I mean, I sent emails to every team in the league, and Brantford was the only one to respond.
Yeah, well, again, it just boils down to, hey, if nobody's ever heard of you, it's like kind of hard to just, where's this guy? Okay, he played for Ithaca or whatever. Okay, so now I know.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the benefit of any high profile or really anything, so it was kind of just like, here's a shot, try and do the best with it. And, and I got the ball rolling quick, which was good. And then, I mean, ultimately the dream is to try and play indie ball or some sort of pro baseball. No opportunities have come. Been trying to reach out and outsource kind of, but nothing's kind of sprouted. They look at at least from what I've gauged, they want someone hitting with a little bit more power, so they see a high singles guy with a batting average, but not much extra base hits, so kind of get crossed off their list.
They want guys that hit gaps and hit them over the fence a little more than the guy that gets on base reliably and hits 400, which, in most other leagues, it'd be the opposite around. Hey, the guy gets on base. That's what we like this guy. But most of these indie leagues and everything else, it's okay. They want somebody with a little more pop so, you can put more butts in the seats.
Well, yeah, it's kind of been a tough pill to swallow in terms of that step. One, I was hoping to get a shot, but haven't got that opportunity. And grateful that Brantford is that we get to do it again this year. And and I know they're trying to bring in some good arms and whatnot. So I'm excited to see kind of how things shake out.
Did Chad tip off any names that are coming across without getting you in trouble with it, as far as where they're looking as far as signing?
I haven't. I honestly haven't been talking with him about any transactions or anything like that. I mean, I know he wanted to save his imports for pitchers. Yeah,
which makes sense because there's.
But that's really the only thing I know. I think kind of the core of the team, like the 1 through 5, is going to be coming back. I know Christian Kuzemka, who was with us last year, signed in the Frontier League.
Yeah.
I can't remember which team, but that'll be a great opportunity for him.
Yeah.
But I mean, the 1 through 5 should be pretty similar, and I mean that 1 through 5 stacks up, I think, pretty good with any 1 through 5 in the league, and then it's just be figuring out the 6 through 9 and then the staff.
Yeah. You and Gus Wilson seem to play off each other pretty much all season long. You got hot, he got hot, and then you seem to just kind of feed off each other because you guys were batting. I think you were batting leadoff. He was, 2 usually? Or?
Yeah, he was hitting 2. I get on first. He drive me in with a double in the gap or something. It was a nice tandem we had.
Nice.
And he's a great ball player. Like just really utilized his body to the fullest.
Yeah.
Generates a hell of a lot of power.
Yeah. So the one thing I noticed about you, where you stand in the box, like you seem like you're just an easy target up there. When these guys throw the ball inside, they're going to hit you, or they're going to come awful darn close.
No, I like to stand on the chalk. I personally don't believe pitchers can come inside that effectively.
Yeah.
And if they can, then tip their cap. But I haven't found that really ever.
Well, I know even the one game in Hamilton, I think you wore the second pitch you saw. It was just like right in the ribs. I was like, that one's going to leave a mark. Yeah. That was going to leave a mark.
That got me pretty good. I had that bruise for a couple of weeks there. But I mean, the league is solid. I mean, I know. Guelph has had some good signings. They re-signed the Japanese pitcher who came in mid-season last year. He's a solid arm. And I think someone signed a shortstop. Was it Hamilton signed a shortstop?
Yep.
Yeah. He looks a good Japanese player also.
Yep.
So that'll be good.
So if you were trying to sell people on playing this league, how would you describe your experience in the IBL? What's the big selling points for this league?
I mean, really, it's an offensive-driven league, and like a lot of ex-pro indie ball guys who kind of back half of their career but still have a lot to offer. And I don't know why it gets overlooked, but because it's in Canada, the U.S. teams don't really give as much of a valid shot. But the imports that come in conjunction with the former national team guys in Canada,
and
everything like that. It's really I would put it like a minor league caliber league. And the arms that come in, if they have success, it's against legit players.
Yeah, well, like, no question. Like you think of the last few years who's come through the league, like a Dalton Pompey, a Tristan Pompey, some of those guys and everything else. Those guys, they played at the major league level or got very close to playing at the major league level. Tristan, I think, was up to AAA. I think he might have got a couple. Yeah, anyway, he was with the national team for a while as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the league. The league was highly impressive. And the way it's organized and constructed, and with some up-and-coming teams, Hamilton and Welland, the way they showcase themselves from a shorter professional fan base and the platform they've built, it's exciting. Like the games, like you're playing for something. Like there's a feel in the air when you're at these ballparks that really gets you going, and it feels like a pro atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they call it semi-pro or not, it felt professional, and it was important.
Yeah,
sure.
No question was. So what are you finishing up this semester at Ithaca?
Course-wise or
game-wise? Course-wise.
Yeah, I just have I study athletic training here,
yep.
So I just have my final couple clinical coverages and like a neuromuscular control, but I'm only taking I'm actually registered as a part-time student. I only needed 9 credits to graduate, which is kind of nice. Have a little bit more freedom in my day to focus on baseball. Really, for the first semester ever, kind of dial in baseball-wise, because my previous semesters have been pretty packed school-wise, so it's kind of been nice. So my last senior year.
Yeah. So take us through a day down there for you right now. What time are you getting? What time are you getting up, and what's going through the whole day?
Most lately, as we've been getting closer to the season, I've been trying to do 2 a day. So I'll go with my buddy in the morning. We'll go do some machine work. Get there, hit from 8 to 9:15.
Mm-hmm.
Have class kind of 10 to 1, and then practice again 5:30 to 8.
Nice.
And try and get a lift in somewhere in the day there. So it's a packed day. Like the ends. Our coaches hold us to a high standard of treating us like a Division I program.
Yep.
And we've been fortunate. We've been over at Cornell a couple of times using their facilities, because our facilities are good, but theirs are next level at the Division
I exactly.
level.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah.
We've been able to get in there a couple of times, which has been nice. And right now we're ranked 25 in the country. We have a really young pitching staff this year, who had a lot of kind of open spots, so it's exciting to see who kind of is going to rise and fill some of those starting spots and bullpen spots. But our hitting lineup is pretty senior. It's filled all with juniors and seniors.
Nice. So the offense should be okay. The pitching's going to come along.
Yeah, no, I believe our offense is top 5 in the country, and then pitching, it's a young staff, so we'll see. Yep. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Guys are going to get a lot of trial by fire here in the first couple of weeks, anyways, and just when they realize.
No doubt. Yeah, we're still figuring things out day by day. Stuff's moving day by day. But it's fun to be a part of. More than anything, I'm trying to enjoy being with the guys one last time. Because this will be it for me for college ball, and then all the carbs will be in to try and get an opportunity with indie ball or whatever unfolds down the road. But really, it's a great group of guys, and trying to enjoy it one last time.
Awesome. So what are you watching on TV these days? Anything in particular? Or?
No, I've been diving into a book about for one of my courses, just kind of the inflammatory response for the body.
That's the safe dad answer in case dad watches this. I like that.
When football was going, I was dialed into football.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than Thursday night, Monday night football, Sunday football, all that. So I was dialed into that, but nothing. Nothing
in particular.
I get done with practice late. I have dinner, come back, socialize with the roommates a little bit.
Yeah.
And head to bed and do it again the next day. But it's been enjoyable. I get caught up in the moment sometimes of not appreciating every kind of good thing that happens, just because with the hustle and bustle and fast pace kind of movement of the day. But trying to do my best here to take it in one last time.
What do you think about when you're in the box? When you see a guy for the first time, are you trying to figure out what he's going to throw you? Are you watching the guys on the X circle? I know you're watching because you're usually the leadoff hitter, at least with Brantford and everything else. So it's like, okay, you get the first crack at him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to have that role on the college team. Unfortunately, our leadoff hitter is off. He's like 10 for 10 right now. I've never seen anything like it, bro.
Nice.
Who's going to be in that spot? But at least when I was in the leadoff spot, I mean, I don't think I saw, to start off the game, I don't think I saw an off-speed pitch. It was always a fastball. So if that's kind of in my kind of sweet spot, then we're going to pull the trigger. And if not, it really depends. Do I feel like he has a feel for his fastball? Where is he missing in his pregame warm-ups? And can I identify spin early out of his hands? And if none of those cues work, it's got to go back to see ball, hit ball, like at its most basic. Because when you start kind of sitting on pitches and guessing pitches and you see the wrong pitch, like you sit in curveball and you see fastball, your eyes jump and everything gets quick and your brain kind of freezes for that split second when you have 0.4 of a second to adjust to a pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have the luxury of that.
Especially not in the IBL, that's for sure.
Well, yeah. At night with some of those stadiums with the funky lights and whatnot, it's like, holy smokes. But
what was the toughest place to hit in last year?
The place that had my number, the first time I was there was Kitchener, and I went 3 for 5 that game. I was like, oh, we're chilling. The next 3 times I go there, I think I went like a combined like 2 for 12 or something.
Yeah.
And it was,
but you did get a homer against Kitchener. That was your only homer last year. Was against Kitchener in Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was at home though. Going to their park for whatever reason, I struggled.
You haven't figured out how to get it out of the couch yet, eh? Okay.
No, yeah, exactly. And the second hardest was Christie Pitt.
That place is a nightmare on a good day.
Yeah, I mean if you look at home plate to the pitcher.
Yep.
Pitcher rubber, it's not even straight, it's not even on center.
Yep.
And the batter's box is basically up against the back chain link fence.
Yep.
And it's very claustrophobic. And then you have the what do they call
the Bushmen?
The Bushmen, right?
The Bushmen were all over you, I'm guaranteeing it. They probably did their research and they were all over you about everything.
They managed to humble me a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think Procopio was pitching one day.
Oh man, he's not an easy guy either.
No, but he was slaying it that day. He must have been 2-4, 92-4, and he had me punch out first 2 at bats, and then I managed to go single. So I was 2 for 4.
Yep.
And then I rolled over or whatever to go 2 for 5, but that was kind of a day where like going into my 3rd at bat, I'm like, if I strike out again,
the coach, get me out of here, please.
Yeah.
Let me save my pride here.
And I really liked Cam last year as our club. He was a really, really good team guy, great players coach, kind of let the guys do their thing, treated it like a pro environment. We got in, did our work, did our pregame stuff, never really messed with anyone. Like he knew when things were good and he knew when kind of he needed to step in to voice his opinion, but he was a great leader. And one thing I respect about a manager is when you know that they have the player's best interests and they're willing to kind of stick up for you. If, an umpire or whatever makes a bad call or whatnot, it feels like you have the support of the team, and it's something that I value a lot, and he did a great job doing that.
So under Procopio, who was the pitchers you hated facing last year?
There was the hands down best arm I faced. I can't remember. It was a tall righty on Welland, like 6'4", 6'5" righty. Yep. He was sitting 95. I only faced him once, but I remember to start off the game, he missed with 2 fastballs, was up 2-0, and then he went slider, and I was walking back to the dugout like, what the hell just happened?
He just got you.
Slider on the black, slider on the black, slider on the black.
Yeah.
And as it is, his fastball was jumping at 95.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit sped up in there. And then I didn't even know, because he didn't even throw the slider in warm up. I didn't even know he had it.
Yep.
And he broke it off 3 times in a row. And I was walking back to the dugout, and Gus was coming up to the plate. And I looked at Gus, and like, this is the best arm I've seen.
Nice.
Yeah. So he was. I can't. I wish I remember his last name, but
that was probably their last time you were there. Or was that in August? You guys lost 3-2.
Yeah. No, it was a higher scoring game. It was earlier in the season.
Okay.
I had a 1-for-5 that game. I got like an infield.
Calling up your stats here. I'm cheating. Come on, I don't remember every little line here. I can't do that.
I know.
Not Rain Man.
You're close.
Yeah, some days. Yeah. No, I can't find it. But yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his name either.
Yeah, and I was never fortunate enough to face their closer. It's closer.
Yeah.
You
didn't have to face Davey, so you're okay.
They blew us out every game, so
you kind of lucked out. You didn't have to never had to worry about him coming out. But yeah, he's
right.
Yeah, he is absolutely nasty. Absolutely nasty.
He's back with them, right? He's back.
As far as I know, he is. I haven't seen they haven't made the announcement yet. He might be one of the ones they hold back till later on. But we're gonna have Jason McKay on the show soon too. So maybe I'll get some intel from the Well and Jackfish folks and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Schmeiber. I was just talking to Schmeiber today. He's off in Australia right now.
Yeah.
And I know he was thinking about heading back to Welland as well.
Yeah.
Kind of, he's up in the air. He wants to keep trying with any ball, but he's not quite sure.
Yeah.
So he's got a couple options up there.
Nice. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you're probably tired and almost time to wind down for yourself. Plus, us old guys have to go to bed too, because we get up pretty darn early around here.
I really appreciate setting this up and
no worries.
To be back on.
Yeah, well, exactly, and I can't wait for the Red Sox to officially announce your signing. But we'll air this sometime in the next couple of days, and if you guys keep in touch and let us know how everything goes. If you latch on with a minor league team, if you get Empire League, wherever you decide to go here, I wish you all the best, man. And say hi to your dad for me too.
Yes, thank you, Neil. It was a pleasure, and I really appreciate
no problems.
All the good luck moving forward. Yeah, no, it means a lot. Thank you so much.
No problems.